What's good, y'all? What's good, everyone? Welcome to another episode, another edition of the No Signal Podcast on a bitch with your boy, your host, Mondo, man. Welcome. Hold your applause. Hold your fucking applause right now. Anyways, y'all, welcome. It's been a minute since I've been on my shit. Did my shit connect to the fucking... Never mind. I'm tripping already. Welcome, y'all. My bad for the delay. I know it's been a while. I know it's been a couple weeks since I last talked to y'all, since I last posted in general at all, since I last created any type of video or any type of content or anything. So bear with me. Just life been lifing lately. You know what I mean? Life been hitting. Especially new job, new everything. And I started thinking of it after my birthday. My birthday passed, by the way, on the 17th, 10 days ago. So if you would comment happy birthday, thank you. That would be grateful. That would be very thankful. And if you say happy birthday, you automatically set yourself up for 10 years of good luck, which is fucking crazy. But it's scientifically proven. If you tell me happy birthday, you're due for 10 years of good luck. If not, then it's karma. It's karma after that, you know? It's karma. You gonna drop your Starbucks. You know what I mean? You gonna drop your Starbucks in the morning. Either that or we get it back in blood. Honestly. Anyways, like I said, life been lifing. I was thinking about after my birthday, I was just like, damn, like what did I do this year? And usually me, I try to like downplay shit like, oh, like I got this, but that's nothing. That's not, what I'm aiming for. That's not my goal. That's not, intentions, I guess. Intentional. But anyways, I was saying like this year I got a brand new truck under my name, like no cosign or nothing. Like my dad didn't even need to be there to help or nothing. Like it was just all like under my name and shit. I finally quit my old job, that fucking toxic ass shit. Fucking, that shit was weird as fuck. I thank God, I wake up every day and I thank God that I don't have to work at that place no more, because they were just fucking weird as fuck. Hostile as fuck, toxic as fuck. Just weirdos, honestly. Always grabbing my fucking dick and shit. But anyways, that's besides the fact. And I got a new job, new career, graduated college and shit. So, like, I guess I would, like, pat myself on the back, I guess. But all that shit don't mean nothing. I still feel like I'm the same, like, no progress or nothing. But that's just a mental battle that we all face, that we all battle and stuff like that. But to get with the show, man, let's get it. Fucking anything happened recently? Not really. Just ever since that last episode, I told y'all how I spent the night in jail and shit like that. Which is fucking insane. Honestly, fucking insane. Now looking back on it, which was stupid as fuck. But anyways, not even stupid. Like, I say it's stupid as fuck, and my family's like, yeah, it's stupid on your part. Yeah, you're stupid and all this shit. And I'm just like no, like the way the shit they made it seem, the way they set me up and shit like that, it was just like fucking retarded. You know what I mean? But anyways, I'm over that shit already. I had to go to court last week on Monday. I had to miss work on Monday to go to court. So this coming paycheck is going to be a day short, which I fucking hate, because I'm already fucking spending a shitload of gas, like money on gas getting out there. But that's besides the fact. You know what I mean? I went to court and they were like, oh, you're not in our system anymore. And I was like, so I showed up for nothing. So y'all just pretty much sent me to jail for nothing. You know what I mean? And supposedly the cop's supposed to be there. The guy's supposed to show up. Whoever wrote you up and shit like that, whoever sent you to jail, he's supposed to be there too. You know what I mean? I showed up early as fuck in the morning. Motherfucker wasn't there. And I'm like, yo, like, I don't know. That's got to be the biggest scam ever. Trespassing, supposedly, for filming with my camera. That shit is so fucking dumb. But anyways, I was thinking the other day, I was like, what else is a scam? Yo, carpool is a scam. Why is it that that in the carpool lane, it's got to be like two or more heads? Why can't people just go solo and just use a carpool just to get around slow motherfuckers and shit. That's life shit. That's life shit. Anyways, back to the fucking regular scheduled program. Y'all know what it is. No Signal Podcast. The IE's best basketball podcast out right now. The IE's best basketball podcast out right now. I'm claiming that. I'm claiming that. I don't give a fuck. So we starting off with a bunch of shit. We got... Oh, actually, let me get into the Kanye documentary first and then get into the basketball shit. But on today's topics, we got Adam Silver. Is he ruining the NBA? Is he ruining the NBA? I seen a post, forgive me, right here, sideline sources. Adam Silver says NBA teams could potentially face off against NBA Europe teams. What does that even mean, NBA Europe teams? Is there an NBA, is there like fucking Lakers overseas? Is there like fucking Real Madrid Lakers or some shit? Like, you know what I mean? Or Barcelona Lakers, some shit. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck you mean NBA Europe teams? Even in the playoffs, he said. What the fuck are you doing, dude? What the fuck are you doing? You can't even like... And his quote right here. You possibly could see teams coming into our playoffs, top seeds from other leagues. When I think of the flight from New York to LA, for example, there's no reason if we had 4 European teams. If we had 4 teams in Europe, you couldn't travel. Play the Knicks or Nets. Travel to London. Play 3 or 4 games in Europe. Come back home. So I think it's very doable in our league. I couldn't even read that right. That's how fucking fucked up his fucking wording is. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Top seeds from other leagues. Okay, I get that. When I think of the flight from Europe when I think of the flight from New York to LA, for example, there's no reason if we had 4 Europe teams. When I think, let me rephrase that. When I think of the flight from New York to LA, for example, there's no reason if we had 4 teams in Europe, you couldn't travel to play Knicks or Nets, travel to London, play 3-4 times in Europe, come back home. So I think it's very doable in our league. Like, as if the players don't have enough mileage traveling here in the States. You want to send them overseas, which is going to be more of a fucking... more on the body and shit. And you're saying, oh, top seeds from other leagues. Okay, so say if the playoffs do start, then you have like a top seed European team playing a fucking 8th seed out here. You know what I mean? Say, for example, you have an 8th seed out here like Phoenix or some shit. You really think a European team is going to come to the States in the NBA? You really think a team from Europe is going to come to the States and beat Phoenix? Which, or could, for example, I'm what is it? Paraphrasing or some shit. I'm setting up the scenario. You know what I mean? I'm setting up the scenario. So you get a top seed from Europe coming over here to play, for example, 8th seed Phoenix. And what if they beat Phoenix? Okay, but what if like it was like different? What if a top seed in the NBA plays an 8th seed Phoenix and Phoenix beats them and upsets them? You know what I mean? That shit don't fucking sound right. It don't go together. You're just mixing a bunch of fucking shit just because you're bored. You know what I mean? Just because the ratings are going down and all this shit, and he's worried about, oh, we should sign with this ESPN Plus. We should sign with this Plus. We should sign with Amazon Plus, NBC Plus, whatever the fuck you want to do. Stop trying to fucking do all this extra shit. Like the fucking All-Star game. You want to mix the fucking content creators and shit and bring in all these influencers for show and all this shit. And the NBA players are as confused as the fans. They're like, what is this? Why is he here? Like, what the fuck? Like, especially it threw me way the fuck off when you do Rising Stars versus the All-Stars. Obviously, the All-Stars are going to fucking win. They have all the experience and shit. And the Rising Stars, obviously, they're rising. They're on the come up. They're barely getting them in the league. They're barely, coming up and shit. So why the fuck are you going to go from that to, oh, okay, maybe we should expand and play European teams? I mean, I get it let me say something. Let me detour real quick. Because I seen something that LeBron and Maverick Carter want to make another NBA league, want to make a basketball league, but in Europe. But I'm pretty sure that is going to tie into the NBA. That's why like the European league out there would, you know, the league that LeBron's going to make is those teams from that league are going to play the NBA teams from out here. But I just don't get it. What he's talking about, a flight from New York to LA. There's no reason he said there is no reason if we had 4 teams in Europe. What the fuck does the 4 teams in Europe matter about the flight from LA to New York? Like, what the fuck are you saying right now? You know what I mean? He said, there's no reason if we had 4 teams in Europe, you couldn't travel. Okay, you couldn't travel, then why the fuck are you saying like, oh, over here in Europe and London and New York and LA and all this shit? Okay, New York to LA is one thing, but when he said there's no reason if we had 4 teams in Europe, you couldn't travel, play the Knicks or Nets, travel to London, play 3 or 4 times in Europe, come back home. Like, bro, what? And you look at the comments, everyone is saying the same shit. Dude, ruined the NBA. And then my comment right here, dude, get this guy the fuck out of here. Get this guy the fuck out of here. And then other people ruining the league, buddy. You're going to ruin the NBA with this dumb stuff. Like, literally, dude. Like, everyone is... It's not only me. I know I'm not tripping. Everyone is coming to the... They know what the fuck Adam Silver is doing. Like, ever since the fucking COVID shot, this fool's been all fucking... Like, thinking of ways to change the NBA and shit and do all this extra shit to the NBA. But it's like, bro, like every time he talks, he slurs his speech. He's like, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you saying, bro? That's why this fucking quote throws me off. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? There's no reason if we had 4 teams in Europe, you couldn't travel, play the Knicks or Nets, travel to London, play 3-4 times in Europe, come back home. So I think it's very doable in our league. Okay, in our league, the NBA, but you're talking about fucking Europe. What the fuck are you... This is why European leagues have European leagues. This is why they have their own shit, so they don't get caught in this fucking bullshit. I don't know, bro. Like, it really amazes me when you look at European teams and European games, and it's like soccer energy. It's the same shit like in soccer, you know, like flares going up, big ass flags being waved in the crowd and shit. Everyone fucking screaming. I mean, everyone fucking screaming. And it's so crazy because every time I see like a European crowd, it's rarely kids in there. It's rarely fucking kids in there. It's all like grown ass men and shit, like doing all the most and shit. It's pretty much like their version of NFL out here. NFL out here is like, you see all these grown ass men painting their fucking faces, putting on these fucking crazy ass hats and shit, like doing shit with their beards and shit, like all this crazy shit. But you look at the NBA and they're trying to be more family friendly and shit. They're trying to be more like, you know, they're trying to be soft. When in reality, everyone grew up in the NBA where it was like, you know, rough and shit. Like, you know, you got to play tough. You got to play the tough way. If not, then then that's how you don't get in the NBA. You know what I mean? But I don't know. That's another conversation for another fucking time. But either that or a conversation for someone else who is part of the NBA to actually, you know, bring light to Adam Silver and what the fuck he's doing. Like all this crazy ass shit. It's not even crazy. It's just dumb shit, honestly. It's just dumb shit. But that's out the fucking way. And also he wants to tell fans like, oh, if you can't pay for Paramount Plus and Amazon Plus and all this shit, you could always watch the highlights. Like, motherfucker, this is the reason. This is the reason why the ratings are going down. Because you're saying shit like this. And you don't even care about the fucking broadcasting shit. Like, especially, like, the viewership. Obviously, the viewership and the ratings and all this shit. But that just shows me clear as day that you don't give a fuck anymore. Like, that you'll just do anything. Fucking European this, European that. You want to get the Europeans involved in shit. Like, bro, like, just because you can't fucking manage a fucking league, you can't operate a league right. Like, come on, bro. This shit is just so dumb, bro. This shit is just so fucking stupid. I had to push that shit. I hit my fucking elbow on that shit. Fuck that. Anyways, going into this Kawhi tree scandal. All this Kawhi shit, and I remember back then it was like, oh, that he demanded part ownership and unlimited access to their private plane for the Lakers and all this shit. And like, fucking, what is it? Like penthouse mansion and all this shit, like all this extra shit. Like, oh, okay, we get you're Kawhi Leonard, but we're the Lakers. You know what I mean? This is the Lakers over here. You know who we are, right? You know what I mean? But what else, man? Just a bunch of shit, like the Kawhi tree scandal. And it's just so funny. It's like so ironic because remember when he ended up winning the championship for Toronto, and that one fan, he was like, "Oh, I got a Kawhi plant. It's a Kawhi tree, a plant for Kawhi." And you fast forward to these days, and then he's caught up in a tree scandal. Like, bro, if you could have stayed in Toronto. You could have went back to back in Toronto. I ain't even gonna hold you. You could have went back to back in Toronto and tied Braun for chips. Then you would have been pushing the envelope on the GOAT conversation and shit. You know what I mean? Then you would have had Braun sweating on the fucking ring culture conversation and shit. But it says reportedly signed $28 million deal with fake tree company so Clippers could cheat salary cap. And look at his face in the fucking picture. Look at his face in the fucking picture. You could tell he's done some snake shit. You could tell he's done some snake shit. This is off Yahoo Entertainment, by the way. Gotta give the plug, you know. But it was supposedly a no-show job. So they created this fake tree company. That's even worse. Creating a bunch of fucking creating a fake tree company just to cheat the salary cap. And not only just to cheat the salary cap, just to fucking lose, honestly. Because they ain't win shit. They ain't never went to the second round. Maybe second round. They never went to the conference finals, though. I'll tell you that. They ain't never went to the conference finals. But I seen all this shit like, oh, what could the potential, you know what I mean? What was it? Potential penalties, consequences for Kawhi and shit like that. I heard void the contract. I heard just a bunch of shit, a bunch of random shit. Even with Steve Ballmer too. Like he could forced to give up his ownership of the Clippers and shit. And I'm just like, yo, if they do that again, they need to fucking do a background check on the next motherfucker. They need to do a background check on the next fucking owner and shit. Cause you go from what's that one guy's name? Donald Sterling. That fucking creep ass fucking pedophile guy, whatever weirdo and shit like that, who will bring fucking white people back into the lockers and like show off like the athletes and shit. Like, oh, look at this guy, he's strong. Like if it's a fucking slave auction and shit, like, oh, look at this guy, he's real athletic, he's real strong and blah blah blah. Like, just weird shit, bro. Just weird shit. You go from that to the Microsoft owner or part owner, whatever the fuck, to this guy, and this guy is like. Once he gets part ownership and they're in the fucking playoffs, this is when CP was there. And they get in the playoffs and they start going crazy and shit. This was like fucking grabbing dicks and shit. Like, what the fuck you grabbing dicks for? Like, yo, y'all need to do background checks on these fucking owners and shit. Like, what the fuck is going on? Motherfucker out here grabbing dicks and shit. But anyways, I'm not going to wish nothing on Kawhi. I'm not going to wish nothing on Steve Ballmer, but I will wish on the Clippers that they that they be forced to move out of LA, that they get out of LA. That's the best part. That's the only thing they could do, to just clear out all this shit, all this bad energy, all this bad, karma or whatever the fuck from past owners, past generations and all this shit. Like, it's just not a good look. Especially you go from Donald Sterling to all that racist and black people. You're inviting black people to my games and blah, and just saying all this shit on the voice memo. And then you go to Steve Ballmer, the fucking dick grabbing fucking weirdo trying to cheat the salary cap just to fucking lose, just to have a losing record and shit. I don't know, yo. I really don't know. I really don't know what's next for the Clippers and shit. That's what I said. I don't wish nothing bad on Kawhi. I don't wish nothing bad on Steve Ballmer, but I do wish the Clippers get the fuck out of LA. Cause yeah, they're just bad news. It's just a bad look on them. And also here we have Hornets. The Hornets say they won't hesitate to move on from LaMelo. And respectfully, LaMelo, I feel like he's too young. He's too young. I'm not saying like, oh, he's too childish and shit. I mean, like, there is that interview where he's like quoting that, oh, 6'7", and what is that 6'7"? I really don't know. That's when I know I'm getting unk status, when all this like young shit, when all this like random lingo start coming up and shit, and it just like pissing me off. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this 6'7" shit? That shit really don't make no sense. But anyways, he's like doing that shit. And then I'm like, yo, this is why the Hornets want to get rid of him. He's not taking shit serious. You know what I mean? Especially in interviews and shit. He don't really seem like, he's down with the business. That's just me. That's just me. He might think otherwise. Obviously, the bag might say otherwise because Hornets gave him that 200 plus milli. I know it was 200 plus milli. Let me go back and fact check that, actually. Give me a minute. Contract. LaMelo contract. He signed an extension, literally 2023, worth $260 million for 5 years. 5 years, $260 million. I mean, the bag is good, but the years on that contract with the Hornets, they're bound to get rid of him one of those years. Especially that contract was 2 years ago, and they're trying to get rid of him now. Come on now. Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now. But anyways, like I'm saying, man, like I'm fucking saying, it's just too much. It's just too much bullshit in the behind the scenes and shit. Like, obviously, you had Michael Jordan sell part ownership of, his side. He sold his share of the Hornets. So I know damn well that he don't really give a fuck. He's like, it's like out of his control now. So whoever the majority owner is now, or whoever's the GM now, I don't know if it's still Mitch Kupchak, but I feel like if he were to get traded to a big market, or if he were to get traded to somewhere like the Clippers, his jersey sales gonna go up. His jersey sales gonna go up for real. I don't know. Maybe I don't know about Clippers jerseys, because I don't see myself wearing a Clippers jersey. You wouldn't catch me dead in a fucking Clippers jersey. Oh God. But anyways, I'm just saying, you send that motherfucker to Miami, you send that motherfucker to Boston, New York, wherever the fuck, New Jersey, Brooklyn. His jersey sales gonna go up. Jersey sales gonna go up. But who would they get from him though? Who would they get from him? They have to get someone like someone in the same caliber, like a Tyrese Maxey and shit. You know what I mean? Like a Tyrese Maxey. But Tyrese Maxey, he takes the game seriously. And I could see that, especially like whenever he goes off, like, oh, 40 ball here, 40 ball there. What was his highest one? Didn't he get like 60 one time or 50? I'm just saying, man. But Tyrese Maxey, bro, I would trade LaMelo for a Tyrese Maxey. Or send LaMelo to Boston for, I think, Anthony Simons and someone else. Isn't Anthony Simons on Boston now? If I'm not mistaken. Forgive me. But what was it? Moving on to more, other Lakers shit right here. Luka is looking good in the offseason. He put his body through the fire. He molded himself. It's like, in life, I see like workouts and shit. I see it as when people like forge metal and shit. You know what I mean? Like they put metal on the fire. They're like, bah, like they bang it into making a sword and shit like that. It's like humans. Like we put ourselves out there. We go out in the hot sun. We run. We're like banging ourselves up and shit. We playing basketball, doing whatever, getting that exercise. We're molding ourselves. You know what I mean? We shaping ourselves and shit. That's the way I see it. So Luka put himself in the fire, molded himself, and he looks like he's ready for the season to start. Obviously, Bron, at his point of his career, he's over here playing golf and stuff. I don't mind. At least he's taking it easy on his body, But when the season starts, you got to give 100%. I ain't trying to see no fucking cherry picking on defense and shit. Come on now. I ain't trying to see none of that shit. For real. Because as a Laker fan, bro, like, y'all know me. I'm a Kobe fan first, Laker fan second. Kobe's not here no more, RIP. So now I'm a Laker fan first. So as a Laker fan, it really pisses me off when people say, oh, LeBron deserves a statue. LeBron deserves his jersey up, and LeBron deserves this. LeBron deserves that for the Lakers and all this shit. Like the Lakers owe LeBron so much. The Lakers owe LeBron this. You look at the history of the Lakers. Obviously, we have those Minneapolis chips, but when we switched over and came to LA, it was Magic and Kareem winning fucking whatever, those chips, 5 chips. And obviously in Minneapolis, it was George Mikan and all them and winning all those chips and shit. We didn't win nothing with Jerry West, did we? Or Jerry West won us one, if I'm not mistaken. Because I know Jerry West lost so many fucking times in the finals, like over and over again to Boston. That's how Boston got so much fucking rings, because they was just fucking Jerry West up. They was just fucking him up. But I'm just saying, like, you look at the Lakers' history, Magic, Kareem, Kobe, Shaq, Powell, all these players won multiple rings with the Lakers. And you just look at the LeBron era, and then it's just going to be like, oh, just one. And it's just one. And it's just one. You really think one is going to be remembered out of all fucking 16, 17 of our chips? I mean, I don't know. Maybe the jersey retirement, but as far as the statue, fuck no. Fuck no. You could say that shit from Miami or Cleveland. But I'm just saying, like, losing in the playoffs, hanging fucking yo, RIP Kobe. Kobe is literally tossing and turning in his grave right now, hanging up fucking in-season tournament championships, hanging up in-season tournament banners, popping champagne in the middle of the season. What the fuck are we doing? Celebrating this shit. This shit is nothing to celebrate about. It's like, oh, okay, it's another fucking game. Like, it's the regular season. What? You're gonna wake up tomorrow and still be in regular season. You're not gonna enjoy the off season. It's not the end of the road. It's not the end of the season. So I really don't understand. I really don't get that shit. That the Lakers, that they hung up the banner. For what? So when they read off LeBron's resume with the Lakers, they're gonna be like, oh, he passed Kareem in the all-time scoring list. He did this, one NBA championship, one in-season tournament. What the fuck is this? We're not okay. For me as a Laker fan, I count that bubble chip. I count the bubble chip. Other Laker fans might not, but I count that shit personally. The in-season tournament, yo, sweep that shit under the fucking rug, bro. Sweep that shit under the fucking rug. Throw that shit away. For real. Put that shit, like, y'all gotta roll that shit up and then just put it in the closet somewhere and just forget about that shit. Because no one's gonna fucking remember that shit. That shit is not even anything to celebrate about. That shit just pisses me off so much. It pisses me off so much because they hype LeBron up on the Lakers so much. Like, oh, LeBron and the Lakers, LeBron this and LeBron that. And it's always fucking news like this. This is why it pisses me off when people don't think that LeBron is involved in fucking GM shit. Like, he doesn't tell the GMs, like, oh, get this player. Oh, try and get this player or this and this, you know. Because news comes out like this. Bron not involved in Lakers plans all summer. What kind of news is that? What kind of news is that? If this was like, if they really were crazy about this, they would have said this shit in the beginning, like 2018, 2019 and shit. Like, oh my gosh, LeBron is not going to be involved in the Lakers plans. Oh, LeBron, they didn't extend LeBron. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Like, bro, you really think we're going to fucking keep paying a fucking old ass LeBron? Literally, I was going to say old ass player, but LeBron is not just any regular player. It's LeBron, literally. That's why everyone makes a big deal about it. That's why I talk about it. Because it's not just any regular player. We're not talking about like no fucking DeAndre Ayton. We're not talking about Cam Reddish. We're not talking about fucking Gabe Vincent. We're talking about LeBron here. Like, you know how much hype LeBron has had for his whole life? I'm just saying, it just pisses me off that they hype this shit up. Like, oh, LeBron's not gonna be involved in the GM plans. Oh, it's like, oh shit, Mondo's not gonna be involved in the manager's plans and blah blah blah. Like, what the fuck do I gotta tell him? Like, I'm not gonna tell him shit. Like, he's on his own shit. Like, let him do whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just over here doing my job. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way I see it. Like, I don't know how other people think. Like, oh, LeBron's not doing his job. He's not pitching in. He's not chiming into the GM. Like, something's wrong. Something's gonna happen. Bro, they swear like this is fucking breaking news, bro. We're not gonna extend LeBron. He already took our money. He already picked up his fucking his player option. If he wouldn't have picked up the player option, then he would have fucking took a pay cut and helped us use that extra money to go out and get more players and shit. Go get other players and shit. Better role players. But nah, he wanted to be selfish. He wanted to keep that. He wanted to add on to that billion he already got. Like if he don't got money already, he wanted to keep adding on to that billion. But that's just LeBron, you know. That's just his way. But as far as I know, Lakers not extending him. I'm thankful for that, you know, because why would we keep paying him if he's not going to be giving us 100%? You know what I mean? Every time I see him, it's giving 80%. Oh, okay, someone misses a shot. He's like, oh. He's like, okay, they missed a shot. The other team gets the rebound. Now we're on defense. But he's still worrying about that missed shot. And he's like, like throwing his head up and shit. Like, bro, stop acting like a fucking bitch, bro. Like, forget my language, bro. Like, excuse my language for real, but stop acting like a fucking bitch, bro. Like, damn, like kids look up to you, bro, and you over here just being like, oh, your body language is like, just doing all this shit, bro. Like, stop doing this shit. Like, I don't know, bro. That shit is crazy. But anyways, to end off this episode, we talking about the Kanye documentary. The Kanye documentary, bro, that shit was, I feel like that should be labeled as a comedy. Because that shit just made me laugh more than than actually, like, you know, soak in as a sponge on, like, the mental health and shit. Obviously, I understand the mental health side where he's, like, spazzing out and shit. But it's like, damn, like, after that documentary, I seen Candace Owens come out and say something about some guy, I don't know, it was like Lori something or Lori like Stein or some shit, like some Jewish guy, some Israeli or some shit like that he drugged Kanye, and then that's how that's when the news came out that Kanye was like hospitalized and he was you know, losing it and all this shit because that guy like drugged him and shit like that, you know what I mean? But little by little, you know, as I go on with life, I start picking up shit, learning shit, like, oh, okay, and then it starts connecting with shit that I seen back then, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it's just weird. It's just weird these days, especially, like, let me detour real quick. Because in the Kanye documentary, Charlie Kirk was in it. And I'm like, yo, what fucking timing of this shit? Like, yo, he just passed away last week, and this week, the film just released. But low-key, to talk about that Charlie Kirk shit, because I don't really get into politics. I don't really get into all that shit. I just watch my basketball news. I pay attention to my basketball news. I pay attention to my life and what I need to do, what I got going on, family shit, whatever, life shit, and just go from there. As far as politics and all that shit, Republican, Democrat, and conservative, and transgender, and binary, and non-binary, all this extra shit, like, I try to stay away from that shit. Like, get that shit the fuck away from me. You know what I mean? Because all that shit is out of my control. You know what I mean? Like, for example, what if I go out and I see a fucking non-binary and I'm like, oh shit, excuse me, bro. And then he's like, oh, I'm not a bro, I'm a lady. And I'm like, oh, but you look like a bro, but I'm a fucking lady and blah, blah. And then he's like trying to attack me. Then I'm like, all right, bro, like, you need to back the fuck up before I smack the fuck out you, for real. You know what I mean? Like, because all them, like non-binaries or whatever, transgender, like, they all, like, for some reason, they all feel like you attacking them and shit. When you mispronounce them or mislead them, misguide them, whatever the fuck. It's like, bro, if you look like a dude, I'm gonna address you as a dude. Like, simple as that. But anyways, the other day, one of the homegirls asked me. She was like, what do you feel about the Charlie Kirk passing away and all this stuff? And then I was just like, oh, like, people die every day. And I just left it like that. But she, like, it was like she was waiting for me to say some more shit. And I was just like, oh, like, yeah, people die every day, B. Like, what else is it? But she was like, oh, I need to know if you're a Republican or a conservative because I don't really talk to people and blah, blah, and all this shit. And I'm just like, now you're mixing up like personal shit with like political shit and extra shit. Like, what? Like, what do you get out of that? You know what I mean? Like, what kind of kick do you get out of that and shit? Like, try to flip the script on people and shit. You know, that's why I didn't answer it, because I didn't want her to flip the script on me and be like, oh, this is why this is why America is in the state it's in right now, because of people like you. And then she started turning on me. I'm like, I ain't trying to do all that shit. You know what I mean? So as far as people passing away, that's out of my control. As far as political shit, that's out of my control. You know what I mean? I just study the teachings of Kobe and the Mamba mentality and stuff like that. And I just, control what you control. Like, get better day by day, shit like that. Just like that. But that's all I'm saying. Like, it's control what you can control. Like, if government shit, like higher up shit is out of my control, why would I even involve my shit in that? Like, I'm not gonna, like, if I were to say some shit, it's not gonna matter. They're not gonna change no laws. They're not gonna do shit. They're not gonna change, this and that. Like, come on now. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I get so, like, weirded out and confused when people get, like, so, like my sister, for example, like, would get so fucking indulged in that shit. And I'm just like, dude, like, you're not gonna fucking change their minds. Like, it's a bunch of old people in that shit already that are already, like, made up their minds and shit. Like, that just are still stuck in the old ways. Like, you know what I mean? That are just still stuck in the fucking past generation of, oh, like, just fuck the people. You know what I mean? Fuck the people and just have the rich get richer and shit like that. That's what it is. That's all it is, literally. But I don't know, y'all. I feel like we can end this episode off here. I feel like I talked about a good amount of things. Just had to get some shit off my chest, you know what I mean? For the time being, since I haven't updated y'all. I haven't spoke my shit in a minute. Y'all know me. Y'all know I like to get on here, speak my peace, keep my peace. Cubans with the Jesus peace with my peeps. Cubans with the Jesus peace. I got the Jesus on a chain, man. That don't mean shit. Cause when the Jesus pieces can't bring me peace, yo, I need. All right, yo. Be sure to love yourself before you love anyone else. Yes, sir. One love. Thanks for watching. Also, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, follow me on my socials. Instagram, Twitter, NoSignalMondo. Podcast IG, NoSignalPod. Spotify, NoSignalPodcast. And my stream, kick.com/BeanMondo.